rarest stork in the world. There is less than 1,200 of them left in the world, and the photographs we're looking at were taken in September of 2018, and I recently, this year, spent 5 weeks in India documenting greater agitance and the woman who is leading a revolution with the Hargila Army, a group of local women that is saving this endangered bird. So the pictures you're seeing are at a place called the Borogon landfill, where a large population of greater agitance lives, and you will be able to see in the next few months photos from my trip.
Oh, wow. Okay. These are beautiful. This is incredible. And yeah, now there's the single close-up. Beautiful bird.
Yep, greater agitance. I love those guys.
And then there we are, the rhesus monkey sitting on the roof of a house. Is that what's happening here?
Well, I particularly like this photo. This is in Shimla, India, again, where they have a big monkey-human conflict, which is funny because aren't we all monkeys? But this is on a construction of a building, and this little guy is just sitting and kind of just, in my view, just kind of reflecting on the city. In my mind, I'm kind of like, he's thinking, where's my habitat? Where's it going? So
right.
This is a good example of what I consider a pretty decent wildlife conservation photo.
Yeah, that's an amazing photograph because it says it all, basically. In and of itself, you kind of get the whole story. You understand, that the monkey is in a place maybe where it's been for
long time.
Yeah, and now, there are houses surrounding the area as well.
And monkeys are smart, so they're taking advantage that humans are in their habitat. So of course, if you're sitting there eating some food, of course the monkey's gonna come up and grab your ice cream cone. Who wouldn't?
Right.
People get all mad. Oh, that monkey grabbed my food. Monk's gonna monk.
A monk's gonna monk. Can we get a T-shirt that says "A monk's gonna monk"?
But not a monk, but a monkey.
A monkey, exactly.
I just trademarked it.
Yeah. Yes, you did. So, how long have you been photographing?
I actually got my first DSLR a little over 5 years ago, and I just fell in love with the art form. I started photographing nature because I've just always had a big connection with wildlife and nature, and I just developed my skills through making tons and tons and tons of mistakes,
right.
And just learning as I go. And I gotta say, it's one of my favorite art forms that I've ever found, and I hope people can learn and connect with wildlife through my photography. I really love it.
Yeah, you're amazing at it, and each one of these photographs and all the photographs that I saw on your website, they're all very provocative. They're all very engaging. It's not just that there's a cute animal here or there, but just like we saw in that last photo with the monkey, it's conceptual.
Right, and that means a lot that's coming through to you, because it's very important, especially as I develop as a wildlife conservation photographer, is that these pictures speak for those that don't have a voice, as cliche as that sound, but make us humans, when we look at it, think like, what's that monkey thinking that's sitting on a construction site and looking over the city, and what was there before the city, and what's the monkey thinking? Is he really such a bad guy for stealing my potato chips, or would I do the same thing?
Right. And where have you traveled, and what awards you are in your, like, if you want to call 5 years a short tenure as a photographer, and I think people would all agree that's a very short tenure, you've already won a number of awards. What are some of them?
Well, I'm really honored to have won a few things. I was the Reader's Choice winner of the Smithsonian Photography Awards, the 16th annual one last year, and that was chosen over out of like 48,000 photos, and I got the most out of 25,000 total votes of people voting. And I actually went on assignment for SmithsonianMagazine.com in February. The story's going to come out later in the year, hopefully. That's how things go. I can't wait to share it. So yeah, it is a short time. It's one of those things I can't explain why things have happened the way they have. I just know that I'm super #grateful and really happy, but I am working so hard at this every day, even though my parrot screams in my ear. You'd think I'd go in a quiet room for this, but no. Film this live thing with the parrot screaming in the background, right?
Yeah.
Let's just do it. It's really because my husband makes me live in this tiny room with the parrot. I'm not allowed to do anything else. But yes, it is considered a short time. That said, I really do love what I'm doing, and I wake up thinking about it, and I'm working on it every day. A lot of this is luck and skill meeting. I hope I continue to have good luck, and I know that I'm always developing my skills and talking as much as possible.
That's why we love you. Let us know when the Smithsonian feature comes out. Then we'll be able to get together again and talk about that.
I'd love that, and I'm just honored to be on this while we're socially distanced. And I'm tucked away in the Catskill Mountains. I consider myself very lucky, and my heart really goes out to you. I know you're in Queens. I don't know. I had to bring it up. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I just want to let everyone know that I'm thinking about them, especially if you're in the eye of the storm like you are. So thanks for taking a bad situation and bringing a little joy to the world.
Well, thank you, Carla. Be safe.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We'll be in touch. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Again.
Hello.
All right. Well, next we are bringing up Abigail Palmer. She's been on the show before. Last time she was with Scott Robinson, and they did a duet. This is solo harp this time. Let's bring you up, Abigail. There you are. And swap. There it goes. All right. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again, too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So how are things? How are things where you are? What is different? I think when we came to you last time, we were in the middle, we were in the like 12 or day 12, 13, something like that. Mm-hmm. Now we're at day 40. What's changed?
Yeah. So, there's kind of like, I feel like people are making the most of it. Like I kind of see it. Everyone's wearing masks where we are. I'm down in Virginia. I'm in Woodbridge, Virginia. Everyone's wearing masks across the board. Everyone's working from home. I see a lot of people outside, like exercising outside because it is allowed to exercise. And actually, my dog and I were taking a walk yesterday, and because we're trying to get outside as much as we can too. And there was a 7-year-old birthday party, and everyone had lined cars, and everyone had banners along the cars saying, "Happy birthday, Cooper! Happy 7th birthday!"
Cooper.
And it was like social distancing. It was like I was like walking by, like, "Yeah, Cooper, happy birthday, man!" That's awesome. So I think I see people making the most of it, even though it is like it's just completely different.
Yeah, well, Cooper is never going to forget that birthday.
He never is. No.
Yeah, never. And so, what else are you working on? What other projects?
Yeah, so, it's interesting. So I'm a board-certified music therapist. I have a full-time job. I work with service members at Fort Belvoir. But this is kind of giving me, and having a full-time job in music, I oftentimes come home and I'm just kind of like, but it's kind of giving me some time to really actually dive into it. I'm starting to write again. I'm starting to kind of get some videos going again. So, yeah, oopsie. I just, X'd out. Ooh, sorry.
That's
Here
okay.
I am.
You're back. Did you have another? Were you double booked? You had another show?
I'm just so busy right now. No, but I am starting to kind of get back into my own writing again, which is kind of exciting.
That's fantastic. All right, well, let's play this. This is amazing. We just did this the other night. Oh. Here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright.
Amazing. That was gorgeous.
Thank you.
And I think, for today, for Earth Day 2020, it's good to hear a song like that and know that, today, as we were talking while the video was rolling, was a beautifully sunny day.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a perfect day for a walk outside, just enjoying the earth.
Yeah. And, this song has been around a while. I'm sure you've played it many, many times. You were working that harp like a boss, man. Like, what? There's those levers. I don't think I've ever even noticed that there's levers up there. You were da-da-da-da-da,
There sure are.
Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you.
So these days, does the song have a different resonance for you?
Yes. Yeah. So I have played the song before. I played this song. Oops. I played this song for. Sorry, I'm getting another phone call. Because I'm so busy,
Yeah,
right?
I know. This is your third. What do you have 3 of them lined up? We're running a little
my
slow.
God.
Wow, 8:39. I'm getting bumped.
I played it when I was a teenager. I played this song for my cousin's wedding. And then I've played it throughout my career as a music therapist. My dog is named after a Beatles song. His name is Rigby, after Eleanor Rigby. I happen to like the Beatles. But yeah, so basically, Here Comes the Sun. I think that everybody does need a sense of hope right now, because there is so much uncertainty. There's kind of this like looming. I just feel this like looming anxiety around people and around socialization. And it's interesting because as a time when I feel like everyone should be giving each other hugs to get through this, we can't. And in fact, we should be doing the opposite. So it is kind of saying like, despite everything, despite this storm that we're all in, there is this sense of there's a sense of hope, and there is a future. There's a light. There's sun that's going to be coming down the pike soon for us.
Yeah, and these are our new hugs.
Yes.
Maybe not replacing old-fashioned hugs forever, but certainly for now, that music reaching out to people, that is like a warm embrace for sure.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Friday we are going to have a therapist on.
Oh,
and we're
good.
We're going to talk about these big trauma, like big T trauma and little T trauma, and this, like, not being able to hug and embrace, like, that is, I think, one of these sort of chronic little T traumas, these traumas that we're all experiencing. And Sarah Thacker, she's a wonderful therapist, and she practices EMDR, and
awesome.
that's very effective in helping people with trauma. And so I just want to talk to her about that, and give folks some suggestions and recommendations to help them balance out that nervous system.
Yeah, I think that is really, really powerful. And actually, I work in a trauma clinic, so it's that really that resonates with me too. So I hope that's a great show on Friday. That's awesome.
And I'm going to send them to your website so that they can just listen to your music.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
All right, Abigail. Well, thank you. I appreciate you fitting us into your super busy schedule.
Hair flip.
I want to let you know that I already reached out to Scott Robinson because I love the work that we did, trying to get 2 musicians together. And I'm telling Scott, like, let's bring them all,
Yes, that would be so much fun.
Grab the band and let's figure this out.
Scott's group is an amazing group, so that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, fantastic.
So.
All right, Abigail, be safe. Tell Rigby.
Yes. Yep. I'll tell him to bring the sun.
There you go. Fantastic. All right, Abigail.
Thanks, Scott,
Thank
for having me. I appreciate it.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, yes. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Very, very healing for sure. Just letting that music in. We're going to hear some words from Greta right now, just some important things that she said last year.
My message is that we'll be watching you. This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you? For more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear. How dare you continue to look away and come here saying that you're doing enough when the politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight? You say you hear us and that you understand the urgency. But no matter how sad and angry I am, I do not want to believe that. Because if you really understood the situation and still kept on failing to act, then you would be evil, and that I refuse to believe. The popular idea of cutting our emissions in half in 10 years only gives us a 50% chance of staying below 1.5 degrees and the risk of setting off irreversible chain reactions beyond human control. 50% may be acceptable to you, but those numbers do not include tipping points, most feedback loops, additional warming hidden by toxic air pollution, or the aspects of equity and climate justice. They also rely on my generation sucking hundreds of billions of tons of your CO2 out of the air with technologies that barely exist. So a 50% risk is simply not acceptable to us, we who have to live with the consequences. To have a 67% chance of staying below a 1.5 degrees of global temperature rise, the best odds given by the IPCC, the world had 420 gigatons of CO2 left to emit back on January 1st, 2018. Today, that figure is already down to less than 350 gigatons. How dare you pretend that this can be solved with just business as usual and some technical solutions? With today's emissions levels, that remaining CO2 budget will be entirely gone within less than 8.5 years. There will not be any solutions or plans presented in line with these figures here today, because these numbers are too uncomfortable and you are still not mature enough to tell it like it is. You are failing us. But the young people are starting to understand your betrayal. The eyes of all future generations are upon you. And if you choose to fail us, I say we will never forgive you. We will not let you get away with this. Right here, right now, is where we draw the line. The world is waking up, and change is coming whether you like it or not. Thank you.
Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to go there and say that. And now, Linda Cashin brings up a good point. There are some positive side effects. Positive side effects to the earth from all of humanity being under quarantine. Some of the air is clearing, some of the water is clearing, some of the earth is healing indeed. And I just hope, because I don't see it on the news, but I hope that we're all taking note of that and taking stock of that. And although I know we want to move on to phase 2, whatever that may be, whenever that may be, but let's remember the earth. All right. Friday is going to be a special show, as Abigail and I were talking about. Sarah Thacker is one of the people that's going to be here with us. She's a therapist. We're going to talk about big T traumas and little T traumas and all the traumatic things that we're all processing and going through every day, going through this. I just want to make sure that we're acknowledging them, and if we reach a tipping point, that we have a way to reach out and get some help. All right, everybody be safe, hunker, hug, and haven. I love you guys, and we'll see you on Friday.
That is a beautiful stream behind me. It is one of my finer creations. It's a babbling brook. There's nothing quite like it.
Looks very peaceful.
It is.